Thanks so much. All right, well, first off, thank you so much for that. This is very loud. Thank you so much for that introduction. I'm very excited to be here. I've been to, thank you. I'm a McGill grad. I'm very passionate about McGill, and I love Montreal. This morning I went to Jardin Nelson, Montreal. I'm so excited. I want to go to the ghetto and walk around. I just don't think it's awesome. So I'm very grateful for the chance to come here and talk to you guys. I want to tell you the first story of failure. So let's get right into it, because failure is something that I do quite well at. I'm actually very good at failing. High school, junior achievement, all three of my companies, they all three failed. And then, but for me, the McGill one was in my third year of McGill. I failed 2 courses. I partied too much. I didn't study very well. My entire journal, my calendar was in my head, which is a dumb idea. And I failed 2 courses. Lost my scholarship. I had to tell my dad. I felt completely embarrassed. I was completely ashamed. And I was scared. Like, maybe I can't cut it at this level, even though, back in high school I was a superstar academically. But here, it just took away my confidence. And I was scared, and I started taking all my courses at 80% course load. Instead of doing 5 courses, I take 4, because I was a little bit scared. I was nervous. And what happened was fear and doubt got the best of me. Fear and doubt held me back. And I can tell you that it held me back for 2-3 years. And ultimately, finally, in my 6th year at McGill, because I took 6 years. In my 6th year, because I was like, this is really embarrassing. I need to finish my degree. So I took 110% course load. So I took actually an extra course on top of the 5. And I got straight A's. I don't know what happened, but I knew that it told me that, if I'd actually done my due diligence and not been so afraid, and just did my best, maybe I would have done a better job. And that tells you something in terms of, failure. Like, failure happens. And so, this whole thing we're talking about, fail forward, one of the things I want to be clear about is, like, what does that even mean? Like, when you think of failure or failing forward, what do you think it means? I'd like to actually hear from somebody. What do you guys think? Like, anybody want to share when they think fail forward? What does that mean?
You fall down forward.
Take action. One step forward, fail. Take another one. You fail forward, means you fail, but you're still going forward.
I like it. What about you?
I think you learn from it, and you sometimes get to a new part of your life that you didn't know you were going to go to.
Okay, what were you going to say?
The same thing, like it's a life lesson that we appreciate from the past.
Right. Okay, so someone here? Yeah.
1 step back, 2 steps forward.
1 step back, 2 steps forward. Very good. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, let me define a few things for you. So, number 1, failure is inevitable. Every single person is going to fail, and they're going to fail many times. I can't even count how many times I've failed in my life. Even the greatest people out there, whether they're professional leaders, business leaders, politicians, they all fail in some way. Elon Musk, someone that I admire greatly, had a massive fail recently. Can he recover? Maybe, hopefully. But the point is, it happens. And the moment you understand that and are willing to embrace that and look for the fact that failure is going to happen, you're going to be in a much better position to understand that. The other thing is that failure, as you said over there, there's an expression. You win some, you learn some. If you're going to fail, you might as well learn from it. How do you learn from it? Get feedback. Do your own self-assessment. Talk to people. What did I do wrong? How did I screw it up? What did I do wrong? And when you get that, you're going to actually be in a much better position. The other thing to keep in mind is that failure also teaches us. It inspires creativity. It actually helps you foster resilience, personal resilience, because you've been through that. The fact that I actually went through the whole failing courses in McGill served me better when I did my MBA later on. And the other thing about failure is you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Doesn't matter. If you trip, you keep moving. You keep moving. If you don't keep moving, you're gonna let the fear and doubt hold you back. Another story of failure I'll share with you is when I worked at Bombardier. So I was working at Bombardier, my first job, as an aerospace design engineer. And I got let go after 4 years. Why? Because I didn't like what I was doing. I didn't do a good job, and honestly, I think I probably was incompetent. No, it happens. Because, and this is going to relate to a later topic, which is I chose engineering because my dad said engineering is a good job. I followed the path of success, followed by other, defined by the people. My dad said be an engineer. Society said, well, you're good at math, just do that. I didn't realize that being an aerospace design engineer meant that I had to sit in front of a computer for 10 hours a day and not talk to anybody. If I dove into my values now, you would find that people and connection and friendship is my primary values that I care about. And so in that job, I was miserable and I didn't know it. And so when I got let go again, I felt scared because I didn't know what I was going to do. Now, I was like, you know what, maybe I should just switch careers. So I decided to do my MBA and I decided to switch careers. Decided to switch and go into marketing. Now, I was scared. But the difference this time was I knew what happened at McGill. And there used to be a TV show on around that same time. Some of the older people might know this, called Seinfeld. There's this character named George Costanza, and he's apparently a loser, right? But one of the things he did in the show was he did the opposite of everything he did, and he started to find success. And so I decided, let me do everything opposite that I did in my McGill undergrad, and maybe I'll have some success. So I went to class, I didn't copy things, I read the textbooks, I did the prompts in the back of the book, right? I talked to people, I got to know my teachers, I didn't party too much. I'd go to bed and get enough sleep. And what happened? I became president of the association and I became valedictorian.